HBE holds a special event called Code Wars, which is a computer programming contest. In this game, the cups are given to the first 3 teams by the scores. However, they have a lot of door prizes given out by, how do you say that? A drawing. You don't really have to have a very, very high score before you can get a prize, because they give out the prizes by a drawing. All right? Okay. And for the first 5 years, the biggest prize, which are the notebook computers, are given to the students from Banqiao Gaozhong for the first 5 years. Okay. And then we are getting out of luck later for recent years. All right. You want to have a notebook computer, and there will be another game this year in this semester. I will tell you when they start registering. All right. Also, they also offer the best costume, and also the best team name as a rewards. All right. They also offer the very good breakfast, not breakfast, desserts and drinks, something like that. Very, very happy game, and you should not miss it if you are writing some programs. All right. And Little Juan, this is also a true person. He is actually sitting behind you guys in the back. All right. And he registered for this game too. And he formed a team with another 2 students with the team name of 67 underscore 79 underscore 68 underscore 69 blah 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 as their name, and won the best team name awards. And what does that mean actually? What does this mean actually? These are actually the ASCII codes for Code Wars. All right? ASCII code for Code Wars. What is the code for C? Do you know? Where is it? All right. What is the code for C? That is 67. All right. What is the code for O? That is 79. Do you see that? 67, 79, something like that. Okay, so this 67 is actually the ASCII code of C, and this 79 is actually the ASCII code for O, etc. So now we want you to put out all the ASCII code for the inputs and put the underscore in between. This is what the problem wants you to do. The first challenge you are facing is, how do I get the code of a letter, of a character? How do you get the code? Can you check this chart, this ASCII table when you are doing the coding? No, no way. You cannot do this. Let me show you one built-in function, all right? There are 69 built-in functions in Python. Did I show you this page before? There are 69 of them, all right? 69 built-in functions, okay? And splits is not one of them. Do you remember that? Splits is not one of the 69 built-in functions. Therefore, when you use splits, there has to be a dot. There has to be a dot before splits to tell Python where splits is defined. So it is actually defined in the class of a string, all right? In the class of string. And so we need to have this dot to specify which module this function is defined in. However, for those functions inside this table, they are built-in functions. And they don't need that dot at all right? And today, I'm going to show you another one. We showed you the max before, right? Today, I'm going to show you ORD. ORD. What does that mean? What is ORD? O-R-D. What does that mean? $120. Okay. There are two types of numbers in English. One is base numbers, like 1, 2, 3, etc. All right? And the second type of the number is ordinal. What are ordinal numbers? Do you know? Anybody? What are ordinal numbers? The base numbers are 1, 2, and 3. What are ordinal numbers? Like something like first, second, and third. Something like that. All right? They are ordinal numbers. And ORD is the first letters of ordinal. It will tell you the number it belongs, the number that's a letter, where the letter is in this chart. Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay. Let me give you a example. If you have ORD big S, what is the ASCII code for big S? Do you remember? 83. All right? It is 83. Do you remember that? What about 5? Do you remember what is the ASCII code for 5? 53. All right? So, look at this chart. Big S, 83. 5, 53. Do you see that? Or will actually look it up in the table and give you the code for the letter you have given it. All right? Any question? But I also have a question. How are we going to use this? Let's do this. New file. So now we are going to have a S, which is input, all right? And then we want to print ORD S0, comma, ORD S1, comma, ORD S2, comma, etc. Sep. What are you going to use as a separator? The underscore. All right. This is actually what we want to print out. However, can we do this? No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work like this. So what do we do? Well, someone told me that we put a star in front of S. That's right, that's right. However, what about it? What about ORD function? What about the ORD function? There gotta be some. There's no ORD. If you run this program like this, if you run a program like this one, what are you going to see? This is what you are going to see. C underscore O underscore D underscore, something like that. Is that what you want? Is that the problem is asking for? No, we need to convert this C into 67. Convert this O into 79 by using ORD, right? But how are we going to do it? How? I have to show you another function, another built-in function, which is map, M-A-P, map. This is what you do. Look at it very carefully. T is equal to map ORD S. And then we unpack this T and print them. This is the answer to it. Now, I would like you to focus on this very closely, because this is very important and very conceptual, very, very hard to understand and very important. Please pay attention to this now. look at this. Map. Look at it very, very carefully for now. Map will map the function that you give it to all the members of S. Actually, this is equal to something like this. This is like something like this. ORD S0, ORD S1, ORD S2, dot, 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 until ORD S minus 1, which is the last letter of S. It is very, very similar to this, but different. But the idea is the same, all right? The idea is the same, but the way it works is very different. But I want you to have the idea. This one is about roughly the same like this. It will apply ORD function, the function that you specify, which is ORD in this case. It will specify ORD on S0, S1, S2, and every single item of S, and collects all the results, and pack it into and put them all in, pack it into a collection, okay? Pack them into a collection and put the collection in T. That's basically what it is. Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay? Any question? All right. It's something like this, right? Okay? But if you print map ORDS, it's something like this. Okay? What is map? This is map. This is what the map function does. It will map the function that you specify onto every single item of S. Every single item of S, and apply the function that you specify onto each item of it, and collect all the results into one package. Collects all the results into one package like that, and save it in T. And then you unpack the T and print them out and separate them by a underscore. That is the answer, all right? But this is only the idea. This one doesn't work. This one doesn't work because of this, all right? This one doesn't work. But this one works. This one works. This one works as the same. Do you know what I'm talking about? Any question? Also, can we do this? Can we apply this over here and then delete this T? Can we do this? Yes, you may. You can do that too if you want to. Let's keep it simple like this, all right? So this is the answer to that problem. One thing that I want to tell you before I finish this lecture is that, have you noticed that when we execute every single function, they need a pair of parentheses at the end, even there's nothing inside. All right? It won't work. It's not going to work if you don't have this pair of parentheses. However, is there a pair of parentheses at the end of ORD? No. In this case, you are not executing this function. You only specified ORD as the function map will execute. All right? So in this case, be careful. You don't put that in here. You don't put that pair of parentheses in here. No, don't do that. Okay? But you need it here. You need them here. Is there any question? Let me give you a little bit more idea about this. Did I show you this before? Help print. If you give you the information on prints, how to use prints, what is the syntax of prints, and everything like that, right? However, can we get some help on input function? Can we do that? Can we get the help for input function? Yes, of course you can. Now it's giving you the function inputs, the information on function inputs, and it is telling you how to use the inputs. All right? Any question? All right. If not any question, then what is it going to do? What is it going to happen if you put a pair of parentheses over here? Does it do any? Actually, does it run the input? Does it take any input for this command at all? No, it's not doing any input. We are asking information about inputs, but are we going to do any input at all? No, we are not going to do any input at all. We are telling the function help that we need some help on inputs, but not doing inputs. Am I confusing you? Okay, but this one, since you put a pair of parentheses over here, you are actually executing this function. All right, when you hit enter, it stops here. It is waiting for you to do some inputs. And what am I going to input? How about this? Max. And now it is giving you the help information on which function? Max. Do you see that? Yes. So we actually do inputs, and then the inputs will return the string that you inputted, that you just typed, and give it to the help, and help will display the help on function max. Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, so in this case, please be very, very careful that don't put a pair of parentheses here, because we don't want to execute it here. We are not executing ORD here. We only tell map to apply this function on every single item of S. we are not executing this. We are specifying this function for the map to do. All right? Any question? Any question at all? All right. If not any, this is the answer to this problem. To this, the best team name reward problem. All right? Any question? If not, this is will be it for today.